Granger High School. I'm Skyler Huffman.
And I'm Logan Russell.
Do you enjoy learning about World War I, World War II, the Cold War? Do you like role-playing games, war games? Do you need an extra elective? Then you should take 20th century history.
Taught by the well-known Nolan, 20th century history teaches you about the 20th century, but this is no traditional history class. In this class, you will learn about secret spies, learning about the culture of the different decades, and instead of learning about the World Wars and the Cold War, you get to play it.
Game of Nations is a game created by Mr. Nolan. Instead of sitting through a lecture about trench warfare, the rise of Nazism, and Cold War tensions, you get to experience it. Do you want to turn the Cold War into World War III, nuke the Nazis, invade another country?
Unfortunately, you can't actually do that in real life, but you can do it in the strategic role-playing Game of Nations.
Also, unlike in normal history classes, you will learn the 20th century backwards.
This means you will be fighting the Cold War first and World War I last. There are two reasons for this. The first reason for learning the content in reverse chronological order is because in some history classes, teachers run out of time by the end of the year. The second is that by examining history in reverse chronological order, it allows students to understand the impact of significant events and apply what they have learned to trace the impact to prior decisions and events.
In early October, Mr. Nolan's class will begin the Cold War. Students in 20th century history will battle it out to see who can dominate the rest and experience Game of Nations.
Today I'm with
Bearded Nolan.
And what happened? What inspired you to come up with the Game of Nations?
What inspired me to come up with the Game of Nations? I was teaching my 20th century class, and I wanted to teach them about the skills that you need to be a world leader, and I felt like it wasn't enough to teach them about world leaders. I needed to teach them how to be a world leader. And so with Game of Nations, it's a simulation where you conduct conflict from the point of view of a world leader. You have resources, you have decisions to make. And so really I was just kind of trying to merge, like when I was a kid playing D&D or computer games like Civ or Total War or Sims. I wanted to kind of combine that into an educational environment to make learning more fun.
All right. And why should pioneers be interested in Game of Nations?
It's a very active game. It's a simulation, so you're not just sitting there and reading. You're role playing. You're learning about different events, but you can also change world events. And so it gives you an opportunity to do things in a class that maybe you don't normally have the opportunity to do.
And what's your favorite part of Game of Nations?
My favorite part of Game of Nations is when students go completely against what like really happened in history and completely basically change the history, because it's all about, that you could fight World War I, you could fight World War II, you can fight the Cold War, but I don't require them to follow the standard course of events. And so when they do something very, very different, that's what I always appreciate, is them changing history.
And what is the best moment you've experienced while playing the game?
Just seeing how passionate some of my students get over this. I had a boy and a girl once almost trade punches over each other, and the girl was going to trade the first punch. Her name was Blackheart for a reason. And then in another class, I had a student throw a shoe. These are not things that apparently you're supposed to find hilarious in your students, but the fact that they could feel this passionately about an assignment, that to me says that this is an activity that is accomplishing its goal of making students learn in a way that makes them actually care about what they're learning about.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
And now for your regular announcements.
Seniors, October 24th will be our next parent ad night. Any parent wishing to make an ad for their senior can schedule an appointment for any time between 5 and 7 in room 1301. Forms and info are on the Patriot website under the yearbook tab.
And don't forget, November 1st is the final chance to have your senior portrait taken. Please sign up in the front office for a time.
Underclassmen picture retakes and makeups will be November 1st. Stay tuned for more details next week.
Beta Club will have a mandatory meeting for all current members on Wednesday, October 24th at 2:15 in the auditorium.
Anyone interested in joining Beta Club, informational meeting will be held Thursday, October 25th at 2:15 p.m. You must have a 3.3 GPA and in your sophomore or junior year to qualify. Please see Ms. Gore and Ms. Coyle if you have any questions.
Attention all 10th, 11th, 12th grade students. The ACT field writing test will be held on October 28th and 29th. See Miss Scott in room 1105 or Miss Knight in the library to register or for more information.
NEHS wants your used books. Donate your used books, fill out the donation slip, and you could get a brownie treat. Books can be donated in rooms 1306, 1301, and 1115 from now until the end of October.
For WPHS-TV, I'm Skyler Huffman.
And I'm Justin Mason.
And have a great day, Pioneers!